Hello, everyone. It was a very positive session overall in the stock market today. Excellent follow through to the gains yesterday. Would rather have not seen us gap open like we did. It gave us kind of some shitty fills in the morning on our new long positions, but it wasn't overall that bad. And overall, everything is moving great. First, we'll look at the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq rallied 2.24%. Volume was well above average. I do not care that it was not higher than the day before. Just a mere matter of the fact that it's above average is good to go for me. What I need to see now, though, is I need to see us consolidate these gains sideways. If we're just going to V-shape like we did in October, expect a number December swoon to happen at some point in the future. But for now, as you can see here, the TSV, I'm going to go and get rid of these volume bars for now. You can see TSV is rounding up here on the NASDAQ, but still has not set a series of higher highs and higher lows yet, but it's starting to. The MACD line continues to drift lower, and before I show stochastics, I want to run through the other charts, and then we'll end it with stochastics. So overall, that one's looking good, but that remains under neutral conditions. Same with New York Stock Exchange. You can see that TSV has ticked up, but MACD still running strong to the downside, so we could easily pull back these gains today. I don't see any internal divergence that says, oh yeah, we've definitely seen the lows here in December. But everything does look good. And getting back to now, putting the volume back on it, you can see NYSE volume also was above average, even though it wasn't higher the day before. But just like I said, I really do not care. Just a matter of the fact that it's above average is definitely good enough for me. So we'll go ahead and run with it there. The S&P 500. Similar situation. You got that little uptick, but still MACD racing down. Dow Jones Industrial Average, same thing. Volume was higher than the day before, and what a huge up move for the Dow Jones Industrial Average. But once again, TSV and MACD are still trending down. NASDAQ 100, same thing, and the Russell 2000. Its stochastics has actually turned slightly higher, and with it breaking out above these recent resistance levels, it is now back under a buy condition. And even better, you can see that TSV has finally made higher highs and higher, not higher lows, but we have higher highs. So if we can hit these lows and then hit higher highs, excellent, excellent, excellent. But good start overall for the Russell 2000. Now switching it over to my other chart. We have the stochastics here. You can see that they're starting to turn up on the Russell 2000, so that is short-term bullish. We do not have higher lows, but we now have higher highs. And when we look at the rest of the indexes, NYSE, you can see that that's starting to round out near the oversold levels. S&P 500, same thing, starting to round out, but still heading down considerably, so there's no positive divergence yet. And the NASDAQ also heading down, no positive divergence yet, but we are at oversold areas, so to see us turn higher here would be great. And we're very long here. I think we're only about, we have 25% cash, 75% long in the non-margin account. Margin account, I have no idea what's going on there, but I assume, it's going to be similar just on margin. So overall, everything looks good. We only had 2 sell signals today. TMF is closing below the 10-day moving average, not shown on this chart, on heavy volume and red bop. That is a 20% sell signal, no more, no less, because the stock is still trending above the 20-day moving average overall, is above recent support. It closed below this support, filling the gap higher. But the main support lows that I'm watching would be here. That would trigger a bigger sell. Would be on the dates of the 10th and the 11th. But also the biggest reason is that we're now under neutral condition, so it doesn't need to be up to a 25% or 50% sell with the red bop. And then OVAS, if you want to know what a climax top parabolic reversal looks like, let's take it to an arithmetic chart here. That's what it looks like, man. We went long way back here on 8.8. Since 8.8, it's now a 327% gain. Congratulations, longs. But this is a climax top. You get a breakout on huge volume in one of its most outside its average true range ever. The next day, huge gap up, huge intraday gains, almost hitting $50 a share for a 400% return in 4 months. That's what I'm used to fucking seeing. Why are all these stocks when I need them? These used to be everywhere back before 2008 and used to get great signals like the 8.8 signal. Let's go ahead and just go review that really quick just to show you. Once again, we didn't get an amazing signal on 8.8 either. We just got a very strong one. We got a surge in BOP volume and minor surge in price. But we got another pocket pivot point signal, and we saw that insiders were buying these shares. So great signal, but does that base look long enough to want to load up on? Of course not. But this is how they're supposed to act. and that's perfect, but OVAS is a 25% sell with that reversal. Now what we can do is watch the trailing 20-day moving average. Forget the 5 and 10 because we got to take profits up here because that's a clear climax sell signal. So the next sell signal won't be till close below the 20-day moving average. It needs to be on huge volume, and then technically, even then, it's not supposed to be sold now until it closes below the 50-day moving average on above average volume. And if the 200-day moving average doesn't start to exponentially catch up, then that can be the final cut loss area. And then there's only one new long tonight. First, I want to show you what I'm skipping on Facebook, giving a pocket pivot point signal, but volume just isn't convincing for me. Foot Locker looks nice, but volume is lame. Dr. Pepper looks nice, but geez, that's just an oddly shaped chart, basically because it's sold off for like 29 straight days in a row. Not really, but that's what it looks like to me. And then INTU, pocket pivot point signal breakout, nice high price stock, but golly, once again, these V-shaped moves in this market are screwing up these charts. It's hard to fall in love with them. GTS is one of my favorites. It's an insurance stock, but it's, once again, it's extended. You see it's not off the 50-day moving average, and where the hell's the 200-day moving average? Really far away. And then there's P-Sun off the lows. That's looking good, but overall, nothing I really want to get long. But there is one stock that I feel like I need to get long. Feel like I'm chasing it a little bit, as if I connect the downtrend line here, you know, technically it should have been bought in the open when it was gapping up above this line. But it's still closed strong, closing at 231.84. Figured if we use the low a day, we don't risk a whole lot if we are wrong. So LNKD is going to be a 2% long signal, no more, no less, because it's extended. But what I like is the longer term chart. This looks like a very good, solid breakout. So this isn't really like, you know, a stock that I feel too bad about buying here. I mean, in its weekly, it still technically hasn't broken out above the base, you know, high back in late October. So I don't feel like we're chasing too much, but that literally is the best signal I have tonight. It's in my Can Slim scan and in my Perfect Speculator scan. That's the real reason why I'm taking it. If it was only in one scan and not the other, I would not be taking LinkedIn as a new long position. It continues to be a short-term day trading market. ZAG was the stock in play as an earnings winner that I noticed being followed in a lot of chat rooms. Gosh, it got down to support, and it started to bounce, you know, pretty significantly around the 6 area, and we could have taken it there, but passed on it. Went up to 630 intraday, not a big deal. But if you're not doing the intraday stuff with ZAG or following the big cap stops like Baba, LinkedIn, Facebook, and GoPro, and Apple, I don't know really what to do, because this is a very volatile, choppy market. Once again, I want to show on the arithmetic chart. You know, these are just some wild moves. It's not like this is a nice, smooth, steady, slow uptrend. Very wild V-shaped move. So even though we're in the buy signal on the Russell 2000, neutral considering the rest of the market, and we're 75% long basically, still got to be careful here, man. Keep those sell stops tight.